What's happening, Fantastics? My name is Alex and I make authentic, fun, and useful videos about Finland. So if you are interested in Finland, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button now and the bell button too, so you don't miss any awesome Finnish stuff on this channel. And welcome to another live stream video. It's Saturday and pretty cloudy day here in Tampere. And I've been feeling a little bit sick lately, so you can probably hear my voice, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I can still do videos and work and, do school stuff and so on. Let me know in the comments or in the live chat if you're now watching this video, where are you watching this video? All the basic stuff. We have some people. We have Emily and Jalen here. What's up, guys? And yeah, and as you can probably hear from or see from the title, I'm gonna show you a little bit around my student flat and share some basic stuff about student housing in Finland in general. And then we can just do like a Q&A at the end. So nothing too crazy, but I think we're gonna have a good time here talking and interacting and hanging out here on YouTube. And how are you guys doing? Let's see, we have some Ebrima, we have Celia from Cuba, we have Karki Anu, we have Emily from Taiwan. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yes. Okay. So how is your weekend been so far? I'm hanging in there, let's say. All right. So first of all, there's like three things. I'm going to show the place around a little bit. Then secondly, I'm going to share some facts about student housing. And then we can just do like a Q&A. That's the structure of this one. Eve, moi moi. That's cool. We have also Eve here. That's great. Okay. So I guess I'll show you around first. We have 15 people here, that's pretty good. And let's see. Okay, we're doing quite well. And how should I show this? Let's see. Where do I display? Okay, so let's start from the weird one. I have like a small balcony here, and there's like a really random chair here, which I'm about to get rid of in maybe after this video. And that's my university over there. So I have 1 minute walk to the school, which is really awesome. Okay, now if I turn around, this is my place. This is my place. So I think this is around 27 square meters. That's my bed. And again, a random vacuum cleaner. I did some cleaning, especially for this video as well. Random shelf. And then a desk, which is made actually by my dad. And here's where I'll do all my editing and school stuff. And then a chair from IKEA, this black one. And then another table made by my dad here, this white one. And I usually use this for food and stuff. And here's also where I record my videos, because I get a really nice lighting here outside for the videos, because lighting is important, Good. And here's also a mini kitchen and typical Finnish dish table, dishes undone. That's the only thing that's actually not taken care of in this one. And here you have the Finnish invention, which you have probably seen, this Finnish drying cupboard. So if you just do dishes and then you put it here, and then the water drops down here and dries up over there. That's good stuff. And mini kitchen also included for cooking. Oven also is located right here. Yes, and I will be looking at the chat every once in a while, but I'll take the questions and stuff at the end. And it's a little bit dark here. Let's put a little bit more light. And here's the lobby. Really finished door here in the gray color. And then toilet with a lot of Finnish laundry being dried here. Toilet, mirror, washing machine, which doesn't work actually anymore, and a shower. So this is it. And this costs around, the rent is 360 euro, which is pretty damn good. And if you don't know, I live in Hervanta area next to the Tampere University of Technology, which is around 9 kilometers away from the center of Tampere, and the rents are much higher in the center of Tampere, obviously. But Hervanta is pretty nice in general, because the prices are quite cheap, the rents are cheap, and the school is right over there. So for me, it's pretty nicely. Why don't you choose 3-room apartment? Well, because I don't need to. I can do everything here. I just usually come here to sleep, to chill out, to edit videos, and that's what I need. And you probably saw that there's not much kind of interior and cool kind of stuff here, but that's like how I usually do. I don't really pay a lot of money or invest a lot of time like making the place look nice. Well, I have some cool stuff here, like for example this Marimekko curtain. No, this is Finlayson. This is Finnish design curtain, and my girlfriend always goes crazy when she sees this, because in Japan Finnish design is like really cool stuff. And yeah, actually I'll show you some stuff that I also have here on the shelves. Let's put a little bit light here. And here's some funny stuff, because probably some of you guys know that I was in exchange in Japan. So here's some awesome memories from that time. And in Japan, in Osaka, there is the Universal Studios, and there was this really cool Dragon Ball Z like a amusement thingy, and you could have like this photo taken where you shoot a Kamehameha against Frieza, and I just had to do this. It was just so awesome thingy, and I think it cost a little bit money, but it was worth it definitely. And then there is this Havu ja Perkele book. This is about Finnish sports, like 100 Finnish sports moments, a book. And then there's another book in Japanese, Dragon Ball, which I bought in Japan. I read it every once in a while. And you probably know this fella, Pikachu. I got it also from Japan. And then there's a book about Twitter thingy, because I'm analyzing Twitter stuff in my thesis. I actually got it for free. Then there's a few more books, one from Gary Vaynerchuk, if you know. He's a pretty good entrepreneur, and Blog Like a Boss from Emmy Schmidt-Tower. And this is actually, oh shit, there we go. This is actually pretty cool. The time when I actually just landed in Japan, like one of my first weeks, I went to this one. It was an Italian restaurant, but it was run by a Japanese dude. And I was there with my American friend Alex. His name's Alex as well. And the restaurant manager was really cool. So he made this. Actually, this is flipped. This looks a bit weird. Let me use the mirror. You should be able to see this better. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay. Anyway, he made like a kanji out of my name. So if you read this in Japanese, it would become like Aleksi, and each kanji has its own name. Is it flipped for you? But basically the kanjis mean like bride, courtesy, medal, and Japanese samurai. So that's pretty good. This is Japanese, but they are like Chinese characters, obviously, so it makes sense. And then Dragon Ball poster. I got this from my girlfriend as a birthday gift. Yes. Okay, but this is where I live. Like, as you can see, it's nothing too crazy, nothing too big, nothing too fancy, but that's exactly how I like it. I don't really need any like fancy, interior and stuff. And well, of course, because I'm a student, I don't have access to that much money. But maybe when I graduate, I get like a real proper job and have more money to spend on, then I might probably, spend a little bit more money on sofas and stuff. Yes, okay. Let's see if there's any more comments. No comments. By the way, remember to hit the thumbs up on this video and live stream if you haven't done that already. And okay, now I'll share you a few facts about the Finnish student housing. First of all, these apartments, there are certain apartments that are only accessible for students, like this one. And in Tampere area, there is this organization called TOAS, like TOAS. And it's basically like a student housing organization for Tampere. And they provide these cheap flats and apartments for students. And they have like single studios, like shared flats, and also apartments for families. So all kinds of people. And the rents always include water, electricity, and high-speed internet. So I don't have to pay anything for those. I can just, technically I could just use as much electricity or water, but obviously why would I do that? Because I want to spare resources. And I have high-speed internet here. I think it's 100 megabytes upload and also download. Or maybe the upload is 10, but the download is 100 megabytes, and that's a really fast thing. And in general, in Finland, what is really good, which I haven't really mentioned about on my channel before, is that like internet speeds and internet plans and mobile data plans are quite fast and cheap. For example, my phone plan, oh, I was looking where's my phone, but I'm actually using the phone to record this. My phone plan currently costs €6, and it includes 4 gigabytes of data. And that's really, really, really cheap. That's crazy cheap. And I also have, and then there's costs for phone calls per minute and for text messages per text. But like, who even makes regular phone calls nowadays? Because you can just use like WhatsApp and Messenger to make the phone calls, and they consume so little data anyways. And when I'm here at home, I'm using the Wi-Fi, the 100 megabyte Wi-Fi. And for example, when my mom calls or I call her, we always use WhatsApp because it costs zero, absolutely zero, over the internet. So that's pretty good. So if you come to Finland, you can enjoy some pretty high quality and, how would I say, inexpensive internet speeds when you come to Finland. I think that's pretty good stuff. I wasn't actually even aware of that before I went to abroad, and I was talking with my international friends, and they told it, okay, well, like, wow, it's really expensive, but like I was like, wow, like in my country it's quite cheap and quite fast. Well, wow, and I wasn't even aware of this before, but that's definitely one pro for Finnish stuff. Let me see if there's any more comments. Hey Aleksi, what operator do you use with 4 gigabyte data included? It's called moi, like, you know, the Finnish greeting moi. It's actually a quite new one, but they provided this one and I took it immediately. Yeah, just use Google Maps. We use mobile data only. Okay, nice. So that's a really good thing. Students have high-speed internet, pretty cheap rent, and it includes all the utilities. So you don't have to actually worry about anything. And we also get the student aids, the financial aid also from the government. So it kind of kicks it up a notch already, because we get money to study, and we also get cheap facilities or cheap like places to live during our study. So I think that's awesome. That's really awesome. One of the things that I'm really grateful about Finland as a student, as a student who's about to graduate, I had the chance to, first of all, pay zero tuition, then get a cheap student housing with utilities, and what was the third one? Oh my god, I already forgot it. But anyway, yeah. But the point is, Finland kicks ass in student stuff. I think that free Wi-Fi in Finland is not that wide. The free Wi-Fi for student apartments is always included, pretty much. In Germany, you have to look exactly to find a cheap internet flat. Okay, here it's pretty expensive. I paid francs per month. Okay, I love the internet connection. Very expensive. Communicate with family. Yes, exactly. So I think that's pretty good stuff. Definitely a con. Okay. And what was the third one? What I wanted to say. Oh yeah, about the student flats. There's also a really funny story I want to tell you about. Is that, let's say, at least every 3 months, or like, let's say 5 to 6 times a year, you see these articles on newspaper, on social media, that someone, and this happens in student flats pretty often, that someone had passed out in the shower, on the drain, while the water was running. So, and what happened, the water couldn't escape through the drain, and instead it kind of flooded and flew all around the apartment, and ultimately through the structures in the downstairs and the people who lived downstairs. And this was obviously a huge catastrophe, because, you know, if the water gets into the structures, it's gonna like do damage to that stuff. So basically, what happens at the Finnish it seems students, because it's in student flats, Finnish students, they go to parties, they get fucking wasted, they come back home, they get this king idea, let's go take a shower while they're shit-faced. They pass out in the shower, and they have this really awesome luck that they just happen to pass out on the drain while the shower water is running. Like, what are the odds to that? And it still happens like maybe 5 or 6 times a year. And the latest one happened 2 weeks ago. I read it from the newspaper. And it was in the 6th floor. It was like maybe 10th floor, like a store flat. And someone passed out in the 6th floor. And I read from the news in the article that the damages were around 60,000 euro. And that's a crap load of money. And imagine, like, just by passing out in the shower causes you so much money. And this is especially a problem because it's for students. Like, imagine that, like, and it's just so crazy. Like, how can that happen? But it still happens. Like, you see that every once in a while. It's just crazy. Yeah, this is just so weird. I don't know if you've seen anything like that in your country. Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading the comments. Let's see. Student finals. Yeah, that was the one what I wanted to say. Hilarious that it happens so frequently. Yeah, mind blown. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just so like out of this world. Like, how can that happen? It's just so interesting. Yeah, and the good thing is that also, like, if we compare just remembered one thing about the rents. Like, the rents are obviously, like, if you go, for example, to Helsinki to study, like exchange here or maybe do a degree there, obviously the flats and the rents are going to be much higher there. I think maybe 700-800 euro for a place like this. This is 27.5 square meters, and I paid 360 euro a month, including utilities. But if you go to Helsinki, it can be 600-700 euros, can be twice the one, depending on the area. So that's also something, if you want to come to study to Finland, and in general, if you want to move to Finland, the area is really crucial. Okay, now we can take some comments, and remember, hit that thumbs up if you haven't done it that already. If someone passes away in the student flat, will the late still rent to the people, or monthly payment will drop down? Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean with that. Will the late still rent? Okay. I thought you live in Helsinki. No, I live in Tampere, and I've been living here for like 5-6 years, all the time when I've been studying. But what's gonna happen after I graduate, which is gonna be in June? I don't know what's gonna happen after that. Maybe if I find a job here or in Helsinki. It's either or. So we'll see what's going to happen there. All right. Okay, we are 18 minutes in. If now's your chance. If you want to ask anything, I will be glad to answer your questions. How much is the rent in the center of Tampere for a similar flat? I just had a look before this video for a student flat in the center of Tampere. It depends on the area a little bit, but there was student flat, same size, was 100 euros more expensive per month. So it was 470 to 500 euros a month. But if it's a regular flat, then it can be even more expensive, and usually they don't include the utilities. So you have to get or maybe they have the electricity plan, but you have to pay separately, of course, and the water, and also you have to get your own internet. Maybe some place might include some of those, but you have to kind of get ready to pay for those kind of things. And actually, this is going to be also kind of something that I have to also start to look into, because when I graduate here, the student organization gives at some point a 6-month notice, and during that 6 months, I have time to find a new flat. But I've heard stories that there's actually one friend of mine who lives in the next building over there. He graduated, I think, 1.5 years ago, and the student organization still hasn't kind of kicked him out. So it depends. Like, I know this is cheap rent, you can use the free internet and stuff, but Hervanto for 6 months, 6 years is kind of, I think I've had enough for this. Is it difficult to find a flat, for example, in Tampere, or are there enough flats to rent? There are definitely flats to rent, I think. There are many resources on the internet you can choose or you can check. I can actually make a separate video about this. And there are also, for example, Facebook groups. They are mostly, people are posting in Finnish, but you can definitely look into those because, the information is quite easy translatable. But I'm not quite sure, but I would assume there are definitely flats, and there are also areas around Finland, around Tampere. For example, I'm living here in Hervanta, and it just takes 20 to 30 minutes via bus to go to the city center if you wanted to go, and the rents are cheaper, obviously. Can I apply for a student apartment in Tampere while studying in another city in Finland? Oh, I think yeah. You can check from the student housing organizations have websites in English. You can definitely check it out. That's a good question, but I would assume so. As long as you are enrolled in a school in Finland, you basically are. You can use the student housing stuff. Let's see. If you're going to live with your girlfriend together, you should pay more or not. No, the rent is fixed. But for example, this is a one person's flat. So if I was applying here with my girlfriend, then we couldn't apply for this one because this is like, first of all, this is a little bit small for maybe two people. And they are separate. They are like special flats for people, let's say for two people or three people. Yeah, that's what I think. Do you watch Dragon Ball? I watch Dragon Ball Super. Yes, I'm looking forward towards looking forward tomorrow's episode. How do you feel about finishing uni? I'm like relieved because it's been like 6 years or actually 7 years because if probably I'm not sure how many people of you know that I used to study 1 year in University of Jyväskylä before Tampere University of Technology. Mathematics, university mathematics, it's just horrible. It's just horseshit. Like, but well, mathematics in general is fine, but the university mathematics is just horrible. But then I came here, and now it's my 6th year of studying in this program, and I feel really I just feel that it's my time to move on. And I'm really curious because I have actually no idea what kind of job I would like to do. I know some stuff that I'm interested in, but I have no idea what's going to happen. So I think that's kind of one of the cool things. Maybe I move to Helsinki, maybe I move to outside of Finland, that's also possible. It's just about this chapter to end in my life. Like studying in Finland, it's awesome because the student culture is awesome. There's a lot of parties, there's a lot of things to do. I met awesome people here. I met one of my best friends here at the uni, both Finnish and international. And I also had the chance, for example, to go to 1 year live in Japan, basically for free. Because, I got the student aid whilst I was in Japan, and we also get free scholarships. At least in my university, and everyone who goes to abroad gets scholarships, or like I think it's called scholarship. So it's just awesome. It's just awesome. Like one of my best decisions in my life is that I went to Tampere University of Technology. Not just the reasons that I just listed for you, but for example, I started my YouTube stuff there. I think it was 2013, I published my first prank video on my prank channel. You can check it, Pranks from Finland is the name of the channel, with my friend from Iran, Paya, who I'm still good friends with. He lives in Helsinki, he's graduated from here, but like, I entered YouTube thanks to the uni. Maybe it could have happened if I didn't, but I'm really grateful that it did happen. Wow, good question. Thanks, Christina, for the question. Will the new system for unemployed people spoil the test of the universal because the new control group is general? I'm not quite sure how the new model. I know what you're talking about, but basically there's a new law in Finland that, like, where should I start? Like if you are unemployed, you can get this social aid. Maybe I don't know how much it is exactly, like 500 euro, 600 euro a month until you find a new job. But now there's a new law was passed that how was it again? That in order to keep getting social this social aid money, you have to apply to some jobs. Like you cannot just stay unemployed. Like there are people who used to kind of, how do you say, abuse this system. Like they just kept getting the money and didn't do any work. That's kind of the downside of this support system. But now the new law was passed, and there's been a lot of controversy. I'm not quite sure how's the current stuff going, but that's how it is going. The place I live charge double water fee is two people lives instead of one. Okay. Yeah, actually now that you mention it, the utility fee is like the rent is 350 euro, and 20 euro is the utilities. So that includes all the water charges, everything. And maybe in people in a place where there's more than one person, the utility fee might be actually higher. That's a good point. But because I've always lived just by myself, I'm not quite sure. But that's a good pointer. 7 years including bachelor only or bachelor with masters. Bachelor with masters. Like in Finland, like Finnish students, when they go to university, they automatically get admission both to masters, for bachelors and the masters of the same program. So I started in 2012 in the bachelor program. It took me 3 years. That was quite nicely. Like usually the recommended time for bachelors is 3 years across all universities, across all programs. Then I studied 1 year. Then I went to Japan, took 1 year, and then I came back, and that's around 1 year ago when I came back. So it's been in total 6 years, definitely, for masters. Like there's no people in Finland like Finnish. You cannot find Finnish graduates who have only bachelor's degree, because people always, like, the system goes in that way that you can seamlessly continue to the master program in while you're studying. So there's no gaps. It's just like you just get the degree, but nothing really changes. You're just still taking the courses and stuff, which is another good thing in the thing. Like you get a master's degree every time when you study. Thanks, Jessa, for the question. Let's see. We can take a few more questions if you have. Let's see. Okay, it seems we don't have any more questions. What did you study? Well, the program is called Information and Knowledge Management, but basically what we study is, so how would I say this? So kind of the main idea in our degree program is how we can help business, or like boost business with ICT. So ICT is information and communications technology. So how we can, for example, make better business decisions with data and information technology. So for example, I've been studying courses like information analytics. So for example, in a current course, I'm doing like these assignments where we use some kind of software like Tableau or Microsoft Power BI. And basically we just have like a lot of Excel data, and we just kind of analyze the data and try to find something interesting in that data which will benefit the business. So that's kind of the stuff what I've been doing. Yeah. When will the snow disappear? I think, yeah, if I only knew. I think in 1 month we should be rid of it, get rid of the zone, get rid of the zone snow. Hello from Indonesia. Hello. How are you? What places would you suggest to visit outside of Helsinki for traveling in summer? Tampere. Tampere is definitely a good place. And I guess Turku is also fine. I actually haven't been to Turku myself, which is kind of funny. But there's a lot of places in Finland where I haven't been to yet. But Tampere is definitely a good place. It costs €5 to take a bus from Helsinki to Tampere. And I think 2 days, 3 days max is enough in Tampere. And Turku probably. I think I'll make a video about this, like what's the good, like 1 week trip to Finland, where should you go? I think I'll make a video about that later on. Make sure if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, so you can it will make my day and also yours, because you will do the good deed of the day. Thank you for the answer, but is it up to the person to continue in the masters or end up with the bachelor? Yes, it is, but basically no one does that. Like when people talk about studying in Finland, in the university, people always assume by default that it will be up to the master's degree, like because no one does that, because you can use the student the social support money, you can use the student flats all the way to the master's degree, like but if you take like a PhD, then you don't get the supports anymore, because that's not the social thing, doesn't reach all the way to the PhD studies, but then you probably get some funding or scholarships from somewhere else. Yes, good questions, really nice. I'm really proud of you, Fantastic. You have really good questions here. Hey, I'm DJ in USA, New York. Hey, what's up, DJ? Hi, Aleksi. Are you familiar with the SAT test? If yes, do you know what the average score Finnish students score? Thank you. Unfortunately, I don't know what is SAT. How do you build relationship with the Finnish guy? Okay. I think that's a separate video idea. I think when you get into a relationship with the Finnish guy, it doesn't really differ that much. I think getting into the relationship might be a trick or like a skill you should learn maybe. But yeah, that's for another video, because I can't really speak for all guys because we are all different. But that's a good question. I'll write it down for my video ideas. Is it fun that you can teach about Finland? Yeah, I think it is, definitely. Because when I was earlier in the university, I was an international tutor for degree students around the world. So it was cool to teach about some stuff. And yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. And the cool thing about this is that I also learn something myself. Every time when I make a new video, I come across some fact that I wasn't aware of myself. Because every time when I make a video, I do some research and see like what kind of information there is about that certain topic. I often come across something new, and I think that's pretty cool, because then I will learn something new myself, and I think that's pretty cool. Thanks for the questions, Karkki Annu. Come to Muhos, maybe I should come. Very informative. Thanks, Stefanos. Do you like ketchup? Yes, I like ketchup. Do you like mämmi? Yes, I love mämmi. I have some mämmi in my fridge. I had 2 cups yesterday. I'm going to eat some mämmi today. How do you find a Finnish girlfriend, and if you don't drink alcohol and hate partying? You can meet Finnish people anywhere. That's the thing. Because in Finland, there's no competition in dating markets, because no one is approaching anyone. No one is flirting with anyone. But if someone does that, you will automatically stand out. Like, let's say, for example, my good friend was exchange in Austria. And he was also into dating and stuff. And he told me when he went there, and we obviously kept in touch, and I also visited him there, he said that the competition is much tougher here, because the people in that country were a little bit more social than Finns. And actually, some dating experts have told that Finland is one of the easiest countries to date and pick up girls and pick up guys, because there's no competition here. So if you just if you understand how Finnish people work, like personal space, approaching them, and then also realize the fact that no one is approaching anyone, you have a really great chances to find like a really nice Finnish partner. Obviously, he's still easier said than done, but this is my opinion. Good question. Masters equals 2 years of partying. Yes, exactly. That's true. And I actually did my exchange in the master studies. Thank you, Aleksi. Thank you, Jessa. Would you like money? I guess. I don't mind. Please do a video on doing groceries in Finland because it's a nightmare in the first weeks. One guess. Actually, yeah, I had this idea today when I was doing groceries. Yeah, I have actually written it down. How old are you? I'm 13. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 27. 27. Okay, SAT is just an American test. All students in Finnish AM cases admission exam. Okay. Well, in the Finnish schools of higher education use how do you say IELTS and TOEFL tests. I think not. I haven't come across SAT. Is it okay to make a first move to a Finnish guy? Yes, absolutely yes. And you should do it because if you wait for the Finnish guy to make a move on you, you will wait forever. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But actually, it applies also for guys. Like, if you see an attractive girl, or let's just speak in general. If you see an attractive person, like, why should you wait? Or why should you trust that fate will kind of throw that person onto you? No, it doesn't work like that in life. If you want to get shit done, you have to do it yourself. And that's exactly what I'm, for example, doing with this YouTube channel. Like, I'm doing these videos also because it's fun and teaching you stuff, but I also want to make this like a successful like a business, like sell some products and stuff. And if I want to make that successful, I have to work on these videos every week. And the same same mindset applies to guys and like dating, guys and girls also. Like, if you see a chance, you should go for it. You should go for it. Like, what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. You need to take action. So in short, yes, it is okay. I think it's also a good idea to do a video of a grocery store and show how products are called in Finnish, because newcomer, it's hard to translate. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Definitely. That's a good point. Yeah. Good point. Will you do another video with Luke planned? Yes, I would love to. I actually have an idea already that I could speak with him, because in the last video, because he told that he came to Finland and then he kind of found a Finnish wife, if I'm not completely mistaken. So it means that he actually came here without a Finnish partner, and that's definitely something that I would like to also hear, like how people came outside of Europe and managed to settle in, find a job, and so on. So that's definitely, I definitely love to hear about that. Look, how is Vappu in your uni? Vappu in my uni is absolutely crazy. It lasts 2 weeks. Every day there's a party, 2 or 3 parties, and it's just crazy. Like, you see people every day at the school in their overalls, not drunk at the uni, but they will be drunk every day, drinking every day at least, and it's just crazy. Like, Vappu is one of the most it's the craziest thing at Tampere University of Technology. Let's say. Thanks, Anita, for the question. Oh, we have already 40 minutes. Like, you guys are so actively asking stuff, which is obviously great. I've ever dated a Finnish guy, but then I see Finnish girls are so pretty, make me insecure. Don't care about that. Like, I don't think Finnish guys or Finnish girls, they don't really. It's not about the country or the nationality. And like I said, like, if the Finnish girls, they don't approach anyone, but if you do, then you're already standing out. And if you know how to, like, if you don't come up too pushy like this and like, hey, what's up, you don't get too close, but kind of slowly get to know them, blah blah blah, then you're winning. And there's always there's always beautiful people out there in the world, but the people who have both the looks and also the personality, the confidence, the ambition, whatever you're into, you have to kind of spend time, because if you just approach one person, oh, maybe they were taken already. Okay, so you don't have to give. You must not give up. You see what I'm saying? Maybe after you talk to 10 new people, 10 attractive guys or girls, who whatever you're into, maybe the 10th or maybe the 15th person matches with all the stuff. He's not taken. He's good look, or they, let's just say, they are not taken. They are good looking. They have fun personality. They have a decent job. It takes time to find a matching personality. Remember this. Also, this applies anywhere in the world. Can you do a video with a verse with almost similar meanings, like ehtiä, päästä? There are gazillions for. I guess I could do. Let me actually write some of these down, because I will definitely forget if I don't write this down. Thanks Unite for the question. So video with similar words. Video with similar Finnish words. That's actually true. And a good idea. Are you going to do more? Oh, Juho, what's up? Juho is one of our active persons, especially on our Discord. By the way, good that Juho you pointed this out. We have a Discord server running. The link is down in the description. If you want to, it's basically like a platform, like a chatting page where you can ask questions, you can chat with other Fintastics, you can ask questions from me, and it's free. You just need to create an account and then you can join it. Link in the description, it's called Discord. But Juho was asking, are you going to do more collabs with Nakka? Actually, Johan, if you don't know, Nakka is a Swedish guy who I made 2 videos some months ago. And he actually said that he would love to come to Finland. And then if he does, we will definitely be doing more videos. If you make the first move on a Finnish guy, what will he do if he's not attracted to you? Well, this applies to in general. You can definitely see, like, body language is the thing in every interaction. Like, you can see if they are turning like this, or they are like this and like smiling and, maybe like adjusting their hair. And there's a lot of these kind of subtle things, how you can tell if people like you. There's a lot of YouTube videos there. If you just tell, like, how to tell if a guy likes me, how to tell if a girl likes me. Like, these apply across the globe pretty much, especially in Finland. Finland is like a Western country, and I've talked to tons of girls in my life. So, and I've also learned, like, how to see if someone is into me or not. But also, don't give up on the first thing, because if you go to talk to someone new, think about that from their perspective. Like, some stranger is talking to me, and they won't be like, why is he talking to me? Like, what is going on? And you have to just realize that it takes a little bit of time to, break the ice, especially with Finns. But if you want to know this, just Google on YouTube or search on YouTube, like, how to tell if a girl or guy likes me, or like body language related stuff. Wow, this is a really hectic chatting, but I love this. It's awesome to help you out with this kind of stuff. No, nope, he will say nothing. Might be, yeah, it depends. So that's how they reject people. I guess I'd get the message after several tries. Yeah, but if you keep doing this, if you keep to go talk to new people, you interact with new people, you will learn. You will start to notice these small things, like, okay, like, now he's kind of turning body language away from, okay, now he's like looking like this and he's smiling, and this kind of stuff. And for example, what I've learned, like, if I'm talking to girls, if they are interested, they are like looking like you, like this, and they, for example, they adjust their hair. That's a really common thing. they put your body language towards you. There's these kind of small little things in the body language that will tell a lot from that person. And don't, you know, body language tells like 10 times more than what is coming from their mouth. Wow, this is like a basics of dating as well. Are you living in Finland? Yes, I'm living in Tampere. Is it engineering? Is it engineer there making a good salary and you don't mind asking about this? No, that's fine. I think engineers are getting pretty good salary in Finland. I would assume so. But yeah, if I just need to answer in general, then yes. In short, yes. Okay, let's take a few more questions and then we will wrap this up. In your travel vlogs, it seems you instantly make new friends everywhere you go. Is there some secret to that? Yes. Well, it's not a secret. It's just be open-minded and be open to experience and meet people. That's the only thing. If you think about it, what it takes, it only takes you to say to hello to a person. That's all. And of course, then you just have to kind of follow up and that kind of stuff. So it's just, you know, the attitude and the mindset. If you want to meet new people, then you just go to, when you meet something interesting, just say hello and see what happens. That's what I would just say, like as a quick tip. Finnish girls are easier to talk to. I think they easily open up socially. Might be, yeah, definitely. Especially because, you know, no one ever talks to them and they still want to be, you know, dated and that kind of stuff. True, thanks for the information. A bit off topic, is UTA a good university? How is it compared to TUT? I haven't studied at UTA, but there's a lot of beautiful girls there. That's the only thing what I can say about UTA. I haven't taken any courses there, but there's so many beautiful girls. Like, wow, that's why I sometimes go there to do these street interview videos, because I can find beautiful girls there. Yeah, but UTA is pretty good, also. But UTA teaches stuff like social sciences, economics, that kind of stuff. How to find a girl to marry in Finland? Well, it's the same stuff. Like, it doesn't really matter. You just need to go meet a lot of girls and meet people. Because if you don't meet people, then you have no chance to find a partner. And if you want to find like a good quality partner, you will have a lot of rejections also, because dating is a numbers game, like I said. Like, if you go talk to 10 people, let's say 10 girls in this case, maybe 5 of them have already a boyfriend, so they're out of the commission. But how can you know before you go to talk to them? No, there's no way. So you have to go talk to them. Maybe 2 of them have like annoying personality. They're good looking, but they personally doesn't match. Maybe with one of them you can connect with like emotional level, and you know, you have a good chemistry and you have common interests. So it's numbers game. It's numbers game for anyone. Someone who goes to talk to a lot of people, is social, has better chances to find let's say, I don't think there's perfect match, but a better match, in my opinion. When you will be next live? Maybe in 2 weeks. I usually do a live stream every other weekend. But if you hit also thumbs up, but hit also the bell button, you get notified when I go live. Where they hang library? Yes, all over the school. Yes, even we may not meet the person again, at least we have a small conversation with different people. It helps you to build the confidence. Yes, exactly. And good challenge that you brought in the term confidence, because if you think about it, like, confidence is probably the sexiest characteristic. And if you watched my how to date Finnish girls, how to date Finnish boys video, in both of the videos, both girls and guys said that the confidence is the key. So, but what is confidence? And in my opinion, confidence is the familiarity with the situations that are outside of your comfort zone. So if you consider yourself shy and you go to talk to a new person, you feel really like scared and shy, and that's fine. That's what I've also felt, and I still feel when I go to talk to some person. You probably, maybe the first interaction doesn't go so too well. Why? Because you are not familiar enough with the new situations. But when you do it like 5 times, 10, 20, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, you will build up the familiarity in those, let's say, adverse situations. And that is confidence. Familiarity in these kind of out of the comfort zone situations, in my opinion. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Yes, UTA is much better. Oh, that's right. Like actually, all the 3 higher education schools in Tampere are actually going to unite into one big school. But I won't be around when that happens. Of course, I will be following the situation, but I will graduate before that. Oh, those UTA girls. Yes, I love UTA girls. That's when you just go there. There's just so many beautiful girls, and I'm not even kidding. This is true. I think I'm gonna go do my next street interview video at UTA. Does Finnish Guy usually pay phone dates? That's a good question. I think in Finland people usually split the bill. Like if I go to a first date with a girl, I don't offer to pay for her. I don't do that, and I don't think Finnish girls expect to do that. I wouldn't do that myself. Girls studying business social science are more beautiful than girls studying engineering science. Well, it's depends on the person. You know, the beauty is in the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But yeah, there are hot girls at TUT also. Okay, this is the last question. Thanks for considering my question. These days it's hard to find regular Finnish classes, especially in small towns like Kuopio and even smaller ones around 1 out of 2. Maybe there's a second question coming. Okay, wow. Okay, this was more like a Q&A stuff than the apartment stuff, but I think we covered some good topics. And it seems the dating stuff is still really curious and well, but that's definitely something that I'm also interested in. Like in general, like the social dynamics of dating, like how do people meet and what makes people interested in others, and I'm definitely want to make more like street interview videos about this, for example, dating, because it's always curious to hear like what kind of things Finnish people, other Finns, have to say about this. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, but awesome. Thanks for all the questions and joining in. Remember to hit the thumbs up, and if you haven't hit that subscribe or the bell button, do it now so you get notified. And we will have a new video next Tuesday again. And if you haven't joined our Discord server, do it now. Do it now in the link in the description. If the link is not there, leave me a comment. I will add it there. It should be there. Discord is the name. It's free. You can kind of stay in touch with me and other Fantastics 24/7. You can also download the app on your phone, and make sure you'll be fantastic wherever you go. Let me see if there's any more questions. Okay, thank you all everyone. Stay fantastic. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next Tuesday again. So, moro. How do I quit this there?